Have you ever felt a moment slip through your fingers? A chance you didn't take because you told yourself, I'll do it tomorrow? That's where this journey begins, right at the edge of hesitation, where dreams wait for you to act. Picture a seed buried in the dirt. It's safe, comfortable, but it'll never grow until it breaks through the soil. That's you right now, holding the power to change everything with one decision. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. Your time to act is now. What's stopping you? Let's find out together. You know that voice in your head, the one that lists every reason to wait? It's loud, isn't it? It tells you the moment isn't right, that you're not ready, that you might fail. But here's the truth. Waiting for the perfect moment is like waiting for a storm to pass that never comes. I think of a hiker standing at the base of a mountain, backpack heavy, wind howling. The first step feels impossible, but it's the only way to the summit. Maybe you felt that too. A project you didn't start, a conversation you avoided, a dream you shelved. What would happen if you took that step today? Tell me, what's one thing you've been putting off and why? Share it in your mind, because this journey is yours, that the cost of waiting can weigh heavier than you realize. Every day you delay, you're not just standing still, you're losing ground. Imagine a river that stops flowing. It turns to mud, stagnant and lifeless. That's what happens when you let opportunities pass. I'm reminded of Luke 9:62, where Jesus says, no one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God. Looking back, hesitating, keeps you stuck. Think about a time you missed a chance because you waited too long. Maybe it was a job, a relationship, or a moment to speak up. That sting? It's real. But here's the good news. You can choose differently. Right now. Thank you for staying with me this far. You're already taking a step by listening. The best is yet to come, I promise. Sometimes all it takes is a spark. A single moment of clarity can light up your whole path. Picture a dark room, and all you need is one match to see everything clearly. That's what deciding to act feels like. Maybe it's as simple as picking up the phone to make that call you've dreaded, or writing the first sentence of that book you've always wanted to write. I heard about someone who, after years of dreaming, finally signed up for a cooking class. That one choice led to a new career. What's your spark? What's one small action you could take today that might change tomorrow? But let's be real, action isn't all smooth sailing. The moment you decide to move, obstacles show up like uninvited guests. Doubt creeps in, time runs short, and life throws curveballs. It's like a sailor setting out on calm waters, only to face a sudden storm. The question isn't whether challenges will come, it's whether you'll keep going. Philippians 4:13 reminds us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Think about a time you pushed through a tough moment. Maybe it was a deadline you met despite exhaustion, or a fear you faced head-on. That strength is still in you. Ready for the next step? Now, let's talk about the rush of taking action. There's a thrill in it, isn't there? Like jumping into a cold lake on a hot day, scary at first, but exhilarating once you're in. When you act, you're not just moving. You're claiming your power. Maybe you felt it before, the moment you sent that email, spoke your truth, or tried something new. It's like breaking free from chains you didn't know you were wearing. What's one time you acted and felt alive? Hold on to that feeling, because it's the fuel for what's next. But action doesn't always mean big gestures. Sometimes it's the quiet choices that matter most. Writing a kind note to someone who's struggling, taking a walk to clear your head, praying for guidance when you feel lost. These small acts ripple outward like a pebble in a pond. I think of the story in Matthew 25, where the faithful servant multiplies what's given to him. not through grand moves, but through steady, intentional steps. What's one small thing you can do today that feels meaningful to you? Doubt will try to pull you back. It's sneaky, whispering that you're too old, too busy, or too broken to act. But here's the secret. Doubt only has power if you listen. Picture it as a shadow real enough to see, but it can't touch you unless you let it. I remember someone who, at 50, started a small business despite everyone saying it was too late. They acted, and that shadow faded. What's one doubt holding you back right now? Name it, and take away its power by choosing to move forward. Action builds momentum. Each step makes the next one easier. It's like rolling a snowball down a hill, small at first, but soon unstoppable. Maybe you've seen it in your life. One workout leads to a habit. One honest conversation opens the door to deeper connections. The key is to keep going. What's one action you've taken recently that made you feel stronger? Build on it, because every step is proof you're capable of more. And here's where it gets exciting. Action reshapes your story. Every choice you make writes a new line in the book of your life. You're not stuck. You're not defined by yesterday's mistakes or missed chances. Like a painter with a blank canvas, you get to decide what comes next. What do you want your next chapter to look like? What's one action you can take right now to start writing it? Sometimes, acting now means facing the unknown. It's like stepping onto a path shrouded in fog. You can't see the end, but you trust the ground beneath your feet. Maybe it's a career change you've been avoiding, or a truth you need to share with someone you love. The uncertainty can feel heavy, but every great journey starts with a step into the dark. Think about a time you moved forward despite not knowing the outcome. That courage is still in you, waiting to be called up again. But what happens when you stumble? Because you will. Action doesn't guarantee success, it guarantees growth. Picture a toddler learning to walk, falling but getting up again. That's you, every time you choose to act. I heard about someone who tried starting a garden, only to see half the plants die. Instead of quitting, they learned, adjusted, and tried again. That's the beauty of action. It teaches you. What's one failure that taught you something valuable? Hold on to that lesson, because it's fuel for your next move. There's a rhythm to acting now, a pulse that starts to feel natural. It's like dancing. You don't need to know every step, just the next one. Maybe you've felt it, the flow of finally tackling that cluttered desk, or the relief of apologizing to someone you hurt. Each action builds trust in yourself. Galatians 6-9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." What's one action that felt like it set you free, even just a little? Let's talk about the people around you. Acting now doesn't just change you, it ripples out. Your choice to show up, to forgive, to try something new can inspire someone else. Imagine a single candle lighting others in a dark room. That's your action. Maybe you've seen it. A kind word that lifted a friend's spirit, or a bold move that encouraged someone to take their own. Who in your life needs to see you act today? What could your courage spark in them? But sometimes, the hardest person to act for is yourself. You put everyone else first: family, work, responsibilities, until your own dreams gather dust. It's like leaving a book unwritten, its pages blank. Acting now means claiming time for you. Maybe it's an hour to read, a class you've always wanted to take, or just a moment to pray. What's one thing you've put off for yourself? Isn't it time to give yourself permission to act? Doubt will creep back in, whispering that you're too late. But let me tell you something. It's never too late to act. Think of a tree that blooms years after it was planted, surprising everyone. I know someone who went back to school at 60, proving time is no excuse. Psalm 90:12 says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. What's one dream you've shelved because you thought the moment had passed? Pick it up today. Action also means letting go. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is release what's holding you back. A grudge, a fear, a plan that's no longer yours. It's like cutting the rope on a boat stuck at the dock. Letting go frees you to move. Maybe you've held on to anger or regret for years. What would happen if you acted now and let it go? Imagine the weight lifting, the space it would create for something new. There's a fire in acting now, a sense of purpose that burns brighter with each step. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Picture a runner in a race, focused only on the next stride. That's you when you act. Maybe you felt it, the clarity of finishing a task, the peace of making a tough call. What's one action that made you feel truly alive? That's the fire you're chasing. But let's be honest, life gets in the way. Distractions pile up, and suddenly, acting now feels impossible. It's like trying to plant a garden in a storm. The key is to start small. 5 minutes of writing, a quick walk, a single prayer. Small actions stack up, like bricks building a house. What's one tiny step you can take right now, even with chaos around you? And here's the deeper truth. Acting now connects you to something bigger. It's not just about you. It's about the purpose woven into your life. Like a thread in a tapestry, your actions create a picture you can't yet see. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." What's one action you can take today that feels like part of a bigger plan? Sometimes, acting now feels like standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind urging you to jump. It's not about recklessness, it's about trust. Trust in yourself, in the moment, in something greater. Maybe it's signing up for that course you've been eyeing or forgiving someone who hurt you. Think about a time you took a leap of faith. Didn't it feel like flying, even if just for a moment? That's the power of acting now, right there in your hands. But action can stir up questions. Why me? Why now? It's like digging in a garden and finding roots you didn't expect. Those questions aren't roadblocks, they're signposts. They push you to dig deeper, to understand what drives you. I heard about someone who started volunteering at 55, unsure why they felt called to it. That choice led to a new sense of purpose. What's one question stirring in you right now? Let it guide your next step. There's a quiet strength in acting. Consistently. It's not always about grand moments sometimes, it's the daily choice to show up. Picture a bricklayer building a wall, one steady brick at a time. That's you, choosing to act day after day. Maybe it's sticking to a new habit or reaching out to someone regularly. Galatians 6-7 says, "A man reaps what he sows." What are you sowing with your actions today? What harvest do you hope to see? Let's talk about the people who see you act. Your choices don't just shape you, they leave footprints for others. It's like casting a stone across a lake, watching the ripples spread. Maybe your decision to speak up at work inspired a colleague, or your courage to try something new gave a friend hope. Who's watching you right now? What message are your actions sending them? But action can feel lonely sometimes. You might wonder if anyone notices, if it even matters. It's like singing into an empty room, unsure if the sound carries. Here's the truth. Every action matters, even the unseen ones. I think of the parable in Matthew 6, where Jesus talks about praying in secret, and how what's done quietly is still seen by God. What's one action you've taken that felt unnoticed? Trust that it's part of a bigger story. Fear will try to creep back in, dressed up as practicality. It'll say, be realistic, don't risk it. But acting now isn't about throwing caution to the wind, it's about choosing faith over fear. Picture a bird leaving the nest, wings trembling but ready. Maybe you've felt that, starting something new despite the risks. What's one fear trying to hold you back today? Name it and take one step past it. There's a joy in acting now that's hard to explain. It's like opening a window after a long winter, letting fresh air flood in. When you act, you break free from the what-ifs and step into the what-is. Maybe you've felt it, the relief of finally tackling that project, or the peace of making a tough choice. What's one action that brought you joy, even if it was hard? That's the spark you're chasing, but let's not pretend it's easy. Life throws distractions, bills, responsibilities, endless to-do lists. Acting now can feel like trying to run through quicksand. The trick is to focus on what's in front of you. One call, one email, one moment of honesty. I know someone who started exercising by committing to just 10 minutes a day. That small act changed their life. What's one small action you can fit into your day right now? Action also means embracing imperfection. You don't have to have it all figured out. It's like painting a picture. You start with rough strokes, trusting the image will emerge. Maybe you've hesitated because you're afraid of messing up, but every masterpiece starts messy. What's one imperfect step you can take today? Give yourself permission to start, flaws and all. And here's where it gets profound. Acting now aligns you with your purpose. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency suddenly. Everything comes into focus. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Your actions, even the small ones, are part of a bigger design. What's one step you can take today that feels like it's leading you somewhere meaningful? Sometimes, acting now feels like opening a door you've been afraid to touch. You don't know what's on the other side, but you turn the handle anyway. Maybe it's apologizing for a past mistake or starting a conversation you've avoided. Think about a door you've been hesitant to open. What would happen if you acted and stepped through it today? That single choice could change everything. But action isn't just about you, it's about legacy. Every step you take plants seeds for the future, for those who come after you. It's like carving a path through a forest, making it easier for others to follow. Maybe you've seen it. A choice to live with integrity that inspired someone younger, or a risk you took that showed others what's possible. What's one action you can take now that might echo beyond your lifetime? There's a sacredness in acting now, a connection to something eternal. It's like adding a note to a song that's been playing since the beginning of time. I think of Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. Every action you take with purpose is a way of honoring the life you've been given. What's one thing your hands are itching to do today? Don't hold back, give it everything. But let's be honest, sometimes you'll want to give up. The road gets long, and acting now can feel like too much. It's like climbing a mountain and seeing only more peaks ahead. In those moments, rest is an action too. A pause to reflect, to pray, to gather strength. I know someone who took a day to sit quietly and refocus, and it gave them clarity to keep going. What's one way you can pause today to recharge your courage? There's a freedom in acting now that nothing else can give you. It's like breaking through clouds into clear sky, seeing the world anew. Maybe you've felt it, the release of finally tackling a fear, or the joy of doing something you love. That freedom is yours every time you choose to act. What's one action that could bring you that sense of freedom today? Doubt will make one last stand, telling you it's not worth it. But every action you've taken so far proves it wrong. It's like a lighthouse standing firm against crashing waves. Your choices, big and small, are building something unshakable. Think about all the steps you've taken in your life, each one a victory. What's one doubt you can silence today by acting? And here's where it all comes together. Acting now is about living fully in this moment. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now. It's like dancing in the rain, not waiting for the storm to pass. Maybe you felt it, the aliveness of making a choice that's true to you. John 10:10 says, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. What's one action that makes you feel fully alive? Your actions are rewriting your story, line by line. Each choice is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. You're not just reacting to the world, you're creating it. Maybe it's starting that hobby, mending a relationship, or simply saying yes to a new possibility. What's one action that feels like it could add a bold new stroke to your canvas? As we near the end, let's talk about gratitude. Acting now is a way of saying thank you for the gift of today. It's like savoring a meal, appreciating every bite. I heard about someone who started a gratitude journal, and that simple act shifted their entire perspective. What's one action you can take to express gratitude for this moment? So here's my challenge to you. Act now. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, but right now. Pick one thing, something small, something brave, something true to you. Maybe it's writing a letter, taking a walk, or praying for strength. Whatever it is, do it today. Look at your life and ask, what's one step I can take right now to live more fully? Write it down, commit to it, and act. Because this one right here is yours. What will you do with it? Acting now can feel like planting a seed in a storm. You're not sure if it'll take root, but you plant anyway. That's faith in action. Maybe it's reaching out to someone you've lost touch with, or starting a project you've been dreaming about. Think about a time you acted despite uncertainty. Didn't that choice make you feel stronger, even if the outcome wasn't perfect? That's the courage you're tapping into right now. But sometimes the hardest part is knowing what to act on. Life offers 1,000 paths, and choosing one can feel overwhelming. It's like standing at a crossroads, each direction calling your name. The key is to listen to your heart. I heard about someone who felt stuck until they took a quiet moment to pray and journal. That small act clarified their next step. What's one thing your heart's been nudging you toward? Try listening today. There's a rhythm to action that builds over time. It's like a heartbeat, steady and life-giving. Each choice to act strengthens that rhythm. Maybe you've noticed it. The way showing up for a new habit, like reading or exercising, starts to feel natural. James 2:17 says, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. What's one action you've taken lately that's made you feel more alive? Keep that rhythm going. Let's talk about the weight of regret. Not acting can leave a heavier burden than failing. It's like carrying a bag of stones, each one a missed opportunity. Maybe you've felt it, the pang of wondering what could have been if you'd spoken up or taken a chance. But here's the good news, you can put that bag down. What's one regret you're carrying? What's one action you can take now to lighten that load? Action also means showing up for others. It's not just about your dreams, it's about the lives you touch. Picture a lighthouse guiding ships through a storm. That's you when you act with kindness or courage. Maybe it's helping a neighbor or sharing wisdom with a younger colleague. I know someone who started mentoring, and it changed both their life and others. Who could use your light today? But let's be real, sometimes you're just tired. Life's demands pile up, and acting now feels like one more thing you don't have energy for. It's like running a marathon and hitting the wall. The trick is to rest, not quit. A short pause, a prayer, a deep breath can recharge you. What's one way you can rest today so you're ready to act tomorrow? There's a beauty in acting now that transforms how you see yourself. Each step rewrites the story you tell about who you are. It's like sculpting clay, every choice shapes you. Maybe you've seen it, the confidence from finishing a task, or the peace from making a tough call. Psalm 139:14 says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. What's one action that helps you feel like the person you're meant to be? Doubt will still whisper, saying your actions don't matter. But every choice counts, like drops filling a bucket. I think of someone who started writing letters to encourage friends, not knowing the impact. Years later, they learned those words, saved someone from despair. What's one small action you can take that might ripple out in ways you can't see? Acting now also means trusting the timing. You don't need all the answers, just the next step. It's like walking a path lit only by a lantern, revealing just enough to keep going. Maybe you've felt that trust before, acting without knowing the full plan. What's one step you can take today, even if the path ahead is unclear? And here's the deeper magic. Action connects you to hope. Every time you act, you're saying, I believe in something better. It's like planting a flag on a hill, claiming ground for your future. Romans 15:13 says, May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him. What's one action you can take right now that feels like planting a flag for hope?